The French round of the World Formula 4 Inshore Championship was run at Epinay near Paris this past May the 31st and June the 1st. The F4s are catamarans powered by two-stroke 850cc Yamaha motors that can reach top speeds nearing 180 kilometers per hour. On the starting line is a fine international field of the best drivers from France, England, Hungary and Portugal. The weather conditions were ideal and 14 boats lined up on the starting line at this round of the World Championship. Pre-race favourite Nelson Morin of France set the fastest time in qualifying, ahead of England's Scott Curtis and Richard Bodrog-Volgry from Hungary. And at the start, it's the number 2 white boat of Morin jumping into the lead. Behind it's the number 61 boat of Curtis, followed by the number 31 driven by Pedro Fortuna from Portugal, who is a strong competitor, but it seems always unlucky at Epinay. And the number 71 coming in of Bodrog-Volgry. And Morin's taking no prisoners either and builds a healthy lead on the opening lap. His boat is perfectly balanced and the motor is ideally set up for this fast body of water. Behind Scott Curtis, here trying to stay in contact, as is Pedro Fortuna, looking for a top result here at Epinay before the next 2 rounds of the World Championship in Portugal and Hungary. Local driver Rudy Revere can't maintain the blistering speed of the leader and is now trying to run amongst the best of the rest. After qualifying 9th, Revere doesn't have the boat though to compete with the first 3. Scott Curtis is the only driver capable of racing with Nelson Morin, but there's no denying it, the Lundberg Shell corners faster and runs a few kilometers faster down the straight. Richard Bodrog-Volgry was hoping to finish amongst the top 3. And here he is saying, well, the boat ran really well and the conditions were really good here. I think I could have done better though and picked up a few spots to finish on the podium. This is the 4th time that I have come here to race in the F4 World Championship, and each time I try to improve, and this time I try to commit fewer errors and try to win. Nevertheless, in a race, anything can happen, as we see with the number 5 boat of Vincent Ducellier, who completely misses the corner and put a skid on in the water before turning over. A spectacular accident, but happily Ducellier was unhurt. The Frenchman suffered nothing more than a mighty scare and a disappointing showing in his home Grand Prix. This incident, though, forced the officials to stop the race, but it did demonstrate just how fast help comes when there's a problem. Good news for the spectators too. There was a second start, a very spectacular moment in every race, and a godsend in a race where there had been little drama thus far. And straight away it was Nelson Morin blasting into the lead once again. Further back it was Pedro Fortuna and Scott Curtis battling it out for second, followed by the number 71 boat of Bodrog-Volgry, who was also looking for a top finish. On lap 4, the battle for second place was taking form when suddenly the motor in Fortuna's boat gave up and the Portuguese driver was forced to come back to the pits. This was good news for Bodrog-Volgry, who is now 3rd behind Curtis and the uncontested leader, Nelson Morin. The engine blow-up was a gutter for the very likeable Fortuna, who we met up with just before the start of the race.
Well,
I'm very pleased with the boat, he said. For the moment, I am only running at 80%, but the package is good, and I do hope to have a lot better luck tomorrow. Well, a sound outcome for this driver, who is one of the most liked on the World Championship scene. A disappointing time of it as well for the number 8, Rudy Revere, who clearly didn't have luck on his side on the weekend either. Meanwhile, there's no stopping the race leader, who is now a one-lap lead over the number 61 boat. But Morin did have one concerning moment when he cut across the line of another boat, which wasn't the most gentlemanly of moves, and a driver of Morin's calibre should know better. The checker flag, though, and Nelson Morin takes his second consecutive victory and keeps Morin in the title hunt, heading for the next 2 rounds in Portugal and Hungary.
Semaine dernière, on est allé en championnat de France à Vichy.
Well, last week we completed in the French Championship at Vichy. The circuit was very similar, with 2 buoys and a very long straight. We tried some different blades last week and fine-tuned the setup to be ready for this round of the World Championship. I won here last year. The conditions weren't the same because there were some much faster international drivers. This year I came prepared. The boat was perfect and I had an equally perfect race. The speed in qualifying was great, so I guess you could say it was a perfect weekend. It wasn't easy at the start because there is such a rush of adrenaline when you take off. You have to be extra careful not to leave before the lights go out. You have to stay cool, try to settle in the lead, and that's what I managed to do. Twice.
Essayer de partir devant, c'est ce que j'ai fait 2 fois de suite.
So Nelson Morin wins the French Formula 4 Inshore Grand Prix from Epinay sur Seine ahead of Scott Curtis and Richard Bodrog-Volgy.